How long it was going to take until that was brought up.
Well, you did buy a Justin Bieber shirt yesterday.
Never say never.
You were thinking John Wall, weren't you, Mark?
I was getting ready to say
John Wall had 22
22
assists in the
yep.
rookie-sophomore game.
Then I understood they were talking about the twerp, and I thought, oh, that's enough.
Yeah, we're talking about the much more important celebrity game where
Right.
Bieber went off.
Yikes. Did Bieber score a lot of points? I don't know. I didn't watch that.
I have no idea. I just saw he made MVP.
Nice. Jimmy Edmonds, Jimmy Ballgame has hung it up. We'll talk about whether or not he should be in the Hall of Fame. We'll also bring you our NL West predictions. Can the Giants repeat? And then next week we'll bring you our NL Central predictions as Major League Baseball season 6 weeks away from opening day. I'm super excited. And tomorrow, the big race, Daytona, giving off the NASCAR season off to a bang, and kind of a mixed emotions weekend, I say, for NASCAR. Of course, they're getting their season going, but it's also the 10-year anniversary of number 3 passing away, Dale Sr. Eric, I know that you've been to NASCAR events live.
Yeah.
So, you can relate.
I've been to Talladega 9 times.
Okay,
And
so a few times you've been.
Yeah, I saw Earnhardt. I saw Earnhardt win a race, which was pretty cool. Even though I'm a Gordon fan,
Nice.
I still was rooting on Earnhardt right then and there. And I remember I was watching that race 10 years ago at my brother's house, and it just didn't look that serious. Earnhardt hit the wall, and Michael Waltrip was going on and winning, and Darrell Waltrip was blubbering like an idiot in the announce booth.
Right.
Crying for his brother, and then shoots out Dale's okay, isn't he? Oh, back to Michael. Oh, that's so great, Michael. Boogity, boogity. And
Pretty accurate.
And it was actually a little bit after then that I kind of quit following and just started watching on SportsCenter like everyone else. It's just not the same without Senior. I mean, even if you weren't a fan of him in particular, it hasn't been the same.
Speaking of SportsCenter, if anyone hasn't had a chance to see it, they run a 8-minute spot. Dorian and Mel brought it up right before us on Earnhardt 10 years ago, and it's the best 8 minutes I've seen on anything on NASCAR in a long time.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. Eric, you mentioned that it didn't look that serious, and
It didn't.
And that's what our family thought too. We're watching at my grandparents' house, and my uncles are big NASCAR fans, and when it happened, we all kind of looked at each other like it didn't look that serious, and then the ambulance is rolling out there really slow though. And everyone on my mom's side, they all work in hospitals, EMTs, nurses, doctors, the whole spiel, right? So my Uncle Dave, he goes, a lot of times that's not good news.
Yeah.
And we're all like, really? My Uncle Tom's like, it didn't look that bad.
Well, in NASCAR,
But then it came out that he passed away, and then all the things
It was
changed.
bad,
The harnesses, the seat belts, just everything inside the car changed. And now you haven't had, correct me if I'm wrong, has there been a fatality in IRL or any
I don't believe so.
racing since? I think there has been in a speed, one of those speed races, which is far more dangerous.
Yeah. But I don't think, and definitely not in the NASCAR circuit, I don't think there's been anything like this since. And so, I mean, as awful and as terrible as that was, it really led to a lot of good things for NASCAR in terms of improving safety for all the drivers. And, boy, I don't know if you guys have seen any of the practicing or anything for the race this year, but it's crazy. It's all different. The track's totally repaved. The cars are different, and they're not lining up and drafting in big, long lines like they used to. They're doubling up and just going in groups of two.
I have seen that.
And that's the fastest. And they are literally touching the whole way around. It is the craziest thing. So it should actually be a pretty interesting race. This might be one that I don't watch on SportsCenter. I might just watch.
Well, let's take a call, see if someone else has a thought about Earnhardt or not. Good morning. You're on Sports 101.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I do have a thought about Earnhardt. He's sadly missed. I know by a lot of people. I know I even miss him, and I never was an Earnhardt fan.
Yep.
But going back to last night, I don't know if any of you caught the truck race or not,
No.
but it was the first time that Michael Waltrip had been in a truck, and he ended up winning the race, just like he had predicted all along that it would happen that way. And that was simply amazing in itself,
Yeah.
It was 10 years to the day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yep. Yesterday was
10 years to the day, exactly, when Michael had won the Daytona 500 and Earnhardt passed away.
Wow. All right. Yeah, always nice of the big boys to drop down a few classes and beat up on the young guys, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's just like Kyle Busch did last year in the Truck Series.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch did the same thing last year.
Now, I know you're a good NASCAR guy. I've heard you on those shows. Who do you like this Sunday?
Michael Waltrip.
Waltrip?
Michael Waltrip for doing what he did, and possibly Kurt Busch.
Yeah, there you go. Kurt Busch is a big favorite.
Kurt Busch is good with two. He went to the two to the double deuce, and it seems like he's just doing better.
Well, I'll be rooting for Junior, seeing if he can turn things around. He actually set the pole, and then he got in a huge wreck, and now he's going to start like at the back.
New car, so he's in the back. Yeah.
Not good news. Thank you for the phone call. 529-1450 is our phone number. Let's take another phone call. I don't want to spend all morning on NASCAR, but
we may have to.
Good morning. You're on Sports 101. Go ahead.
Got an hour.
Good morning. You know what's amazing is that someone would even watch a truck race.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, seriously, this guy needs to be hit by a truck. I'm just a little rough on NASCAR drivers.
What are you, Mark Burley?
I just don't consider NASCAR a sport, to be honest with you.
I don't either. When you turn left for 4 hours, not that tough.
Yeah, it's harder than you guys think.
You put some moonshine in the trunk and make it.
You don't see a lot of overweight NASCAR drivers. It might not be a sport, but these guys...
Well, that's because you got to get in and out of the window.
I couldn't agree.
Well, they have to stay in pretty good shape. It's tough to fight a car going 200 miles an hour a couple inches away from another guy doing the same thing. I mean, it's tough. You have to...
I drive in Springfield. It's rough sometimes.
But it's a skill thing and a practice thing. It's kind of like baseball. You don't really have to be an athlete and just have to learn how to hit a ball.
The car does the work, not the person. I understand they sweat a little bit.
The ball's moving all over the place.
That's what hillbillies do. So.
All right.
Thanks for calling.
Get out of here.
You bring up a great point about you have to be get in and out of the window. Can you imagine me in and out of the window in NASCAR? You have to get the jaws of life.
I would watch that, actually. I would watch that before I watched the Daytona 500.
I would rather see you in one of those motorcycle races where the knees have to touch the ground when they turn.
That is an awesome visual right there.
Oh, man.
Oh, 529-1450. We are off to a roaring start.
Yes, sir.
We want to argue baseball and NASCAR all morning here?
Go for it.
We could.
I could expand.
We
I can
could.
argue that kind of stuff all day.
But let's talk Illini and college hoops as we're gearing up for March Madness and the bracketology. A lot of people don't think Illinois belongs in the dance. Bracketology says otherwise. They have them as an 8 seed. They have them as an 8-9. Going up against ODU. And the number 1 seeds they have, Ohio State, Pitt, Texas, and Kansas, although Kansas was number 1 for a day, less than.
I think today's, when the last 3 games have been must-wins, to me, this game today is a must-win. Because the way it shapes out, if they don't win today, I don't know if they really make it or not.
They play at Michigan State tonight, 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Well, when you're dealing with, with teams in big conferences, sometimes even if they have a lackluster regular season, if they win a game or two in the Big Ten tournament, the selection committee will probably still get them in, some way or another. But, the thing about Illini basketball, it just seems like our expectations might be a little too high. Like we all need to maybe get over this Darren Williams and D. Brown and especially Bill Self hangover, where we think that the Illini should be a top 5 team. They're not. They never really have been. On rare occasions, they've been good. The Flying Illini, and then a few years ago with Dee and Darren. And other than that, they've been a mediocre team, like always, my whole life anyway. I mean, I can't remember another actual good team. So I think we need to lower our expectations. Bruce Weber's a solid coach. We're not going to bring in anyone much better. It's just, be happy when the Illini are good, but when they're not great, you don't get down on them too bad. It's Illinois. We're not historically a top team. It's just never been that way.
Well, I think